Hello there, I'm going to share with you today 5 tips that helped me got all AWS certifications and of course earning the coveted AWS Golden Jacket. These 5 tips will help you fast track your AWS certification journey. I started in AWS back in April 2021 when I had zero AWS knowledge, and I used these 5 tips to help me get all of this certification, and I hope to share that with you and you can learn from that too in your cloud journey. Whether you're starting out or you're advancing in your cloud career, let's dive right in. And now, before we get started, kids, remember, if this is the kind of content that you like, remember to subscribe to the channel, and more AWS knowledge, content, materials, tutorial will be coming your way. Now, I have a secret to tell you. This is a very important announcement. This is where it gets exciting. I want you to place this information right there, okay? You send it right into the system. This helps you set the score. And in fact, you can even set the score to 1,000,000 out of 1,000. This helps you pass the exam right away. And the first one I really recommend is the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. This is the starter cert, and if you have no knowledge or you're really new to AWS, say less than a couple of months of experience, this is the certificate to go for because it will get you started. You will learn about core services. You'll really begin understanding about AWS as a whole. So go for this. If you're newer to AWS, it takes about a month or so to be able to prepare and pass this certificate if you're coming from an IT background. If you are transitioning from non-tech over into AWS, then what you want to do is to spend a couple more months in order to study for this, get used to those IT terms, IT concepts, as well as AWS concepts. So this is the starter cert for you. Now that you have cleared the foundation cert, what I really recommend that you go for are the associate cert. So you can see right here, we have CSOP Administrator, Developer Associate, Solutions Architect Associate, Data Engineer, and of course, something in beta, which is Machine Learning Engineer Associate. And I really recommend that you go directly into Solutions Architect Associate first, because this is the natural progression from Certified Cloud Practitioner, and you are able to get that momentum running. You are then going to go a little deeper on the core services, as well as a little broader across all the services. So Solutions Architect Associate is going to be the natural progression after you have completed Certified Cloud Practitioner. And once you manage to clear Solutions Architect Associate, this is the part where it gets really fun, it gets really exciting, because right now, I would say it's free play. This is the part where you have enough knowledge, enough foundational knowledge and skills to go for CSOP Administrator, Developer, and other associates, which is quite a lot overlap with Solutions Architect Associate. At the same time, you can also go for specialty certs, like your advanced networking, machine learning, as well as security specialty. So again, a lot of these additional other certifications require that you have good foundational understanding, particularly in Certified Cloud Practitioner, as well as a follow-up of Solutions Architect Associate. Additionally, you can also see right here, we have the professional certs. Okay, hang on a second right here. Professional certs is going to take a little more time for you to complete. They do require, you can see right here, 2 years of prior AWS experience recommended. You must have experience hands-on, which is why in the later tip, I'll be sharing some important things for you too. And what you're guiding for all these certs, pro tip right here, look at the exam guide. The exam guide is important because it tells you what are the domains, what are the requirements, what is going to be needed of you. So you can see right here, the exam validates the candidate's ability to complete the following tasks. And if you scroll down further, there are also breakdowns of the domains. So this is also very important because if you're thinking about what are your weaknesses? What are the places where you need to double down? What are the knowledge area that you need to double down on? You can see right here, we have all these different domains. So you have your domain 1, which is cloud concepts, security and compliance, cloud technology and services, billing, pricing, and support. So if, for example, you do not have a lot of knowledge on billing, pricing, and support, then perhaps you want to double down on that by starting more materials on it, reading through the frequently asked questions directly on the AWS site. So all of this in preparation for your upcoming exam. One of the best resources that I use right now is AWS Skill Builder. So you can see right here, there are lab experiences, enhanced exam prep, solution building, and more. So this has really gotten a lot better. And you can see that there's lots more content right now on AWS Skill Builder as compared to a few years ago. And the other great news is that you can actually find me you can find Mr. Hacker Lloyd right here. I am doing a couple content there. If you can find me, all right, go ahead and rate it. Those are pretty deep content and really great resources that you cannot really find anywhere else. So of course, this is a great platform to get started as well. The other platform that I use regularly as well is Udemy. So this is a great platform, and while you're at it, while you're searching for AWS type of content, why not just go ahead and buy the courses from Mr. Hacker Lloyd? I mean, there are 3 great hacking courses, like full ethical hacking course, full web ethical hacking courses, or full mobile hacking course, where I even do some reverse engineering type of stuff that you can learn. So while you're learning AWS in the daytime, why not learn hacking in the nighttime? The one that I really like is just going straight to Amazon.com, searching for AWS, and you can see right here we have the study guide. The study guide is great because it gives you all of the content that you need in preparation for the exam. So you can see right here we have the Certified Cloud Practitioner study guide. All right, you have the Certified Solutions Architect study guide as well, and then of course you have many of these different study guides. I recommend that you buy them, read them. Most of the time, I read them through a couple of times, end to end, from the beginning page all the way to the end page. I read them twice. I be able to go ahead and try out all of those questions within those study guide, and this is particularly helpful too. So far, everything we have done is about theory, about lectures. Nothing beats getting hands-on, and I really recommend that you go ahead and create an AWS account. And from there, within a few minutes, the account is created. You can start instantiating resources. You can start really learning about how to deploy real-world applications. And in fact, I recommend that you deploy real-world applications, build a website, have them running, be able to get experience of it, understand how load balancing works, understand how all these core services work, upload files, images, content straight into, say, S3 buckets. Again, all this is a great way for you to get hands-on. And when you do hands-on, it really cements the knowledge into your mind, and you're able to better apply them. Now that I've given you all the resources, all the materials that you need to do, it's just about execution and applying them right now. And you need a study system to guide you. So after every chapter, after every completion of certain paragraphs, certain domains, and what I really want you to do is pause for a second. Okay, maybe not pause for a second, but pause for a few minutes and think about the terms and the concepts that have been introduced to you. Think about services that have been introduced to you, and think about, hey, can I apply them in the real world? Can I start a website? Can I launch a service that can collect those data? For example, if you're talking about EC2 virtual service, why not launch it? Launch it, make it an internet-facing website, and collect data, stream those data somewhere else in other services, be able to upload static content, images, videos, and all of that into S3, stream them through your services into, say, Amazon CloudFront for a CDN. Try those out, get hands-on. That will really help you out. And then once you complete the chapter, sit down, think about questions that you have regarding those services. And there's a great other resource from AWS here called Frequently Asked Questions. So here is an example for S3. So it's just object storage. What can I do with S3? So all these frequently asked question pages are available for most of the services, and you can read them through, have a better understanding about how those services work, some use cases for them, and possibly going deeper technically into each of these services too. So you're better prepared for the exam. This is one of my favorites. If you only have maybe a day left to starting and prepare for the exam, or maybe an hour before the exam time, what you can do here is just go into tutorialsdojo.com, go to AWS cheat sheets. So you can see right here, they give you condensed, super packed information, all right, that you can quickly read through. So if I scroll down further, they have all these different domain services like compute services, storage services, database services, migration services, and so on. So if you are going for one of those certifications and you're trying to ramp up, you're trying to get ready for things, you can click right here, like database services. We have, say, you have some questions about Amazon Aurora. So you get some questions about Amazon Document DB, DynamoDB, and so on. Go ahead and click onto them, and you'll be able to get more details that you can read through within a few minutes or an hour, and you'll be able to better prepare for those exams. So follow these 5 tips, and it will make taking AWS certifications a lot easier for you, as well as it has been for me. So what I really encourage is not just learn the theory, but get hands-on. Seriously apply. Try building some projects, prototypes directly in AWS. Apply them for real-world applications. And the most important thing of all is to enjoy the process of learning. Enjoy the process of learning all this wonderful technology that can help you get better, that can help you get certified, that can help you get even more employable. So with that, let me know how it goes. Take care and see you next time.